Wajid Ali is a cab driver here in the city of Regina, and your brother Wajid was in a scary situation last week. He's now in hospital. Tell me about what happened last Friday.
Well, last Friday about 8:15 in the morning, he got picked up somebody in the South End Hotel, and 15-20 minutes later I got a call from the boss that police have your brother in the hospital or something. So it was when I went to the hospital, he was in pretty bad shape. I didn't get to see him for 6 hours. They had a major surgery. He got stabbed multiple times in his stomach and his diaphragm, and liver was damaged, slashed in his throat here, on right upper leg here. So it was a pretty rough day, very unexpected stuff.
Had you talked to him before that happened?
Yes, I talked to him half an hour prior to the incident, and it was fine. He had one trip done by that time. So I'm sure that was the next one that he got into it 20 minutes later.
So tell me about how he's doing now. It's been a couple days.
He's still in ICU. He's in stable conditions. And over the weekend, they're going to wait a few more days. He's still on a ventilator. The doctor, ENT specialist, looked at him yesterday, and they want to give him a few more days before they do another operate to take that tube out, to take the ventilator out to put in the temporary tube. So there will be a few more days. He's still on that stuff, so see how that goes.
So tell me about your brother. To see if do you have family here?
Yes, I have my family. My wife and kids are here. His wife and kids. He got 4 kids, and they've been here for 5 years.
How are they doing with this?
Pretty well. They don't know how bad it is. They know he got hurt, and he got 2 older daughters, 9 and 7. So they wanted to go see him last couple of days. And I said, no, you can. Once he gets better, and because obviously he's in a pretty bad shape. So once he goes to recovery room, you'll get to see him.
Have you been able to talk to him, or is he unable to talk?
He can't speak, but you could have a yes and no by nodding his head. If I ask him something, he would nod his head yes or no, but he can't speak because he got tubes in his mouth and stuff.
What did you say to him when you saw him at first?
Don't worry, you're okay, you're a big man, you're gonna make it, don't worry, yeah. And so being positive and all that. So not talking too much what happened to him, blah, blah, blah. So trying to be in a positive mood in front of him.
As a cab driver yourself, I mean, it is a dangerous profession. You don't know who you're picking up. Is this anything that you would have ever thought could happen?
Oh, not like this, not like this. No, we never thought. There was one major incident like a year and a half ago or so, with another cab driver who got stabbed and paralyzed. So that was a rare one, and in a couple of years, this is another one. So I think the city needs to look into some safety for drivers, or some coverage, insurance, or for anything, because the drivers don't have anything right now.
Does it worry you now? You are still driving, you're still working. Does it kind of cross your mind now?
It does make you a little more nervous. It does, but as I said, daytime was okay. Nighttime is a little trouble here and there. Daytime was pretty much smooth. I've been driving here for 10 years, so no trouble. But rare things happen, and what could you do? But it's getting a little tough. It's a little bad in the city right now. What you may call it, I think 2 things I would want from the city is let's have some safety shields, mandatory. It's not mandatory right now. They have them. You can choose to put them on, but it's an optional. So if it's an optional, then nobody will do it. If it's mandatory, then they'll do it. Another thing would be from the coverage for the drivers on the insurance side. We pay like $4,000 to $5,000 a year to SGI. The customers have a liability. The drivers have non-liability or anything, no coverage. So these are 2 big things that should change, I think.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time today. Best of luck to your family and to your brother who's recovering. And again, all the best for the next little while.
Thank you. Have a good one.